Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Gitasha Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 10th of February. Ahead of provincial polls, parties battle out in India's Uttar Pradesh. US general says want more troops in Afghanistan to end stalemate. And now for all the details. India's northern Uttar Pradesh province goes to polls starting February 11. On Friday, political parties made attempts to woo electorates for the second phase.
Addressing a rally in poll-bound northern Uttar Pradesh province, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke of taking developmental action if his Bharatiya Janata Party came to power. Taking a jibe at the province's ruling Samajwadi Party government over law and order situation, particularly women's security, Prime Minister Modi called upon the people to oust a government which was not sensitive to their needs.
उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार मां बेटियों की रक्षा करने वाली है, नौजवानों का भविष्य बनाने वाली है, किसानों का भाग्य सुरक्षित करने वाली है। जो सरकार ईमानदार का भला न कर पाए, सज्जनों का भला न कर पाए, दुखी, पीड़ित, शोषित, वंचित उनका कल्याण न कर पाए, क्या ऐसी सरकार की जरूरत है?
Meanwhile, Uttar Pradesh Province Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav said that his party, along with allied Congress Party, would change the face of Indian politics.
उत्तर प्रदेश की राजनीति बदलने के लिए और देश की राजनीति की दिशा में जाए, उसके लिए हमारी मदद कर देना। अब तो कांग्रेस पार्टी भी आपके साथ खड़ी है।
Uttar Pradesh will go to polls in 7 phases for 403 assembly seats. The Samajwadi Party, Congress Party, Bharatiya Janata Party and Bahujan Samaj Party are the big players.
Moving on to news from Afghanistan, a top US commander in Afghanistan has said that several thousand more international troops are needed to break the Afghan stalemate with Taliban. He also blames Pakistan for aiding the militant group.
The top US commander in Afghanistan, Army General John Nicholson, on Thursday said he wants 1,000 more international troops in order to break a stalemate in the long war with Taliban insurgents. He signaled the matter may soon be put before President Donald Trump. Army General John Nicholson, who leads US and international forces in Afghanistan, acknowledged Taliban gains over the past year when deployed US forces were reduced even as security deteriorated.
Mr. Chairman, I have adequate resourcing in my counterterrorism mission. In my train, advise, and assist mission, however, we have a shortfall of a few thousand. And this is in the NATO train, advise, assist mission. So this can come from the U.S. and its allies.
The official also expressed concern over involvement of external actors, particularly Pakistan, who continue to support the Taliban and undermine the Afghan government's efforts to create a stable country.
Sir, it's very difficult to succeed on the battlefield when your enemy enjoys external support and safe haven. I think we need to continue to work closely with Pakistan.
Nicholson called for a holistic review of the relationship with Pakistan, echoing long-standing US concerns that the Haqqani network, a militant group, enjoys sanctuary in Pakistan in areas along the Afghan border.
Nepal Airlines Corporation, the national flag carrier of the Himalayan nation, has formally received 2 brand new aircraft from the Chinese supplier to expand its domestic fleet. A report.
Chinese supplier AVIC International Holding handed over 2 new China-made planes to the Nepal Airlines Corporation or NAC on Wednesday. With the addition of the plane's 156-seater MA-60 and Y-12E, the majority of NAC's planes are made in China. The NAC and AVIC International Holding in 2012 inked an agreement of acquiring 6 Chinese aircraft, 2 in grants and 4 in loans.
We operate MS-60 in major cities of Nepal. Passengers, they are happy, right? The interiors, they are good. So if we can maintain the reliability, I think we will be competing very good with other airlines also, other domestic airlines.
Senior NEC officials said they expect to increase the NEC's domestic market share to 20% from the current around 6% with the operation of China-made planes.
News from Maldives. Maldives President Abdullah Yameen dismissed exiled former President Mohammad Nasheed's announcement to run for the 2018 presidential elections, calling it futile.
Exiled former Maldives President Nasheed had announced on hoping to run against current President Yameen in the country's 2018 elections. Yameen dismissed the announcement, saying Nasheed's presidential ambitions are futile because the former was legally barred from contesting in the 2018 polls. Yameen's remarks came after Nasheed travelled to Sri Lanka to meet with the MDP's leadership, after which he declared his intention to seek the party's presidential ticket. Maldives has been mired in political unrest since Nasheed, its first democratically elected leader, was ousted in 2012. He was later sentenced to 13 years in jail on terrorism charges after a widely denounced trial.
Moving on, elaborately decorated elephants, traditional and exotic dances took over the street of Sri Lankan capital for the annual Buddhist pageant. Tourists, both domestic and international, were dazzled by the grand event.
Dozens of elephants wearing colourful costumes and hundreds of traditional Sinhalese performers paraded through the streets of Sri Lanka's capital Colombo on Thursday for the annual Buddhist pageant of Navampirahera. Among its highlights, the pageant featured an elephant carrying a casket which locals believe contains sacred relics of Lord Buddha. Organizers said thousands of tourists were in attendance to watch the pageant, which lasted around 3 hours on Thursday evening.
I'm very happy to join this celebration to honor Buddha. I'm very happy for that.
The pageant is held every February in Sri Lankan capital to commemorate Lord Buddha.
A non-governmental in northern India has come up with an initiative to provide relief to elephants in the harsh winters. Local village women have been assisting in making sweaters for the jumbos.
Indian conservationist group Wildlife SOS has come up with an innovative solution to help elephants cope with northern Uttar Pradesh's chilly winters by knitting jumbo jumpers for them. The NGO is working with village women to knit the giant jumpers for the elephants housed at its local conservation center in the holy town of Mathura. Some of the jumpers are knitted by women in far-flung towns and brought to the center for the final fit-outs.
मतलब ये जहाँ आती हैं और आप लोग को इतनी सर्दी लग रही है तो ये तो मतलब जानवर हैं बेचारे, इसको सर्दी नहीं लग रही है, तो इनके लिए स्वेटर बन रहे हैं.
Each jumper requires nearly 8.8 pounds of wool to be knitted by nearly 6 to 7 women over a period of 2 to 3 weeks.
Maya gets very ticklish wearing a sweater, so when we tried putting the sweater on her, she absolutely refused to wear it. She actually tried to throw it off. So then obviously she doesn't like it, so we wouldn't force it on her. So then she loves it, so she wears it.
So far, 3 jumpers have been completed as pilots and they are yet to decide if they will produce more. India holds 50 to 60% of all of Asia's wild elephant population.
Devotees in northern India converged on the bank of Ganges River to take a holy dip on full moon day. According to Hindu belief, one's wishes are fulfilled by taking dip on this day.
Thousands of Hindu devotees flocked to the banks of river Ganges in northern Uttar Pradesh province early on Friday on the auspicious occasion of Magh Purnima or full moon day. Men, women, children and holy men in saffron braved the cold as they waited for the sun to rise for the bath the fifth and the last that devotees take to cleanse their sins. According to Hindu belief, a bath on the sacred Ganges on this day grants one's wishes.
गंगा मैया से मांगी कि भगवान सबको बुद्धि दे, समृद्धि दे और सुख शांति दे और सबका भला करे, उसके पाछे हमारा भी भला करे भगवान.
Devotees chanted verses from Hindu scriptures and sang holy hymns as they walked towards the bathing areas. Elaborate security arrangements were in place with police forces deployed at the river banks to ensure smooth functioning of the event. Magh Purnima is regarded as a bathing festival across the country, and a dip in Ganges on this day holds high religious merit.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Ahead of provincial polls, parties battle out in India's Uttar Pradesh. US General says want more troops in Afghanistan to end stalemate. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.